Hello and welcome to java9s.com. I'm Srinivas. In this session, I'm going to give an introduction to Java Enterprise Edition. We're going to see how enterprise applications work and how JE or J2EE components help to build enterprise applications. Java is everywhere. We can find Java in mobile phones, bullet trains, banks. Because of its simple programming model and portability, Java has become preferred programming language. Some of its mission-critical projects like controlling the Mars rover remotely is developed in Java. Java has very efficient multi-threaded and network-based code. This has paved way for using Java in developing enterprise applications. Let us discuss about the PC based or standalone based applications. If you walk into some of the independently run stores, you can find that a PC being used in the billing section. This PC helps the store owner to keep track of the inventory and also helps for his accounting purposes. Here, both the application and database are present in one PC. In this kind of stores, there's no need to connect to any remote servers for the data transfer. So this kind of single or PC based applications are helpful for small businesses only. But if you consider the supermarkets or a chain of retail stores, this kind of standalone applications will not help. They need to be connected to a central server to transfer the information about the inventory and the sales that have happened on a day. The server might in turn look out for the inventory and place the orders with the distributors to procure the goods and send them to the retail stores back. This helps them to ensure that the products are always available in the stores. This can also help keep track of the sales from a centralized location. So the bigger businesses, there comes the need for the client and server based applications to keep track of the data. Now let us look at the client and server relationship. It's very simple. The client sends a request and the server responds with the data. Now, to understand the concepts better, let us think that we need to develop a client and server based application from the scratch. What a developer should do. First, we need to write the networking code to transmit the data between the client and server. Then, if the data is confidential, we need to write the encryption and decryption algorithms. That means the security code. If the server is supporting multiple clients, then it should be programmed to support the load balancing with other servers to give better performance during the peak load. And also, effective pooling capability should be there for the objects. And at last, it is the business logic that needs to be written to run the applications like billing and inventory management. So the network based code, clustering, object pooling and security code are called the infrastructure code. This kind of code is needed for any application that should run in the client and server environment. Sun Microsystem identified this common requirement and introduced an JSR in 1999 to standardize the development of the containers, which has this kind of infrastructure code to support the enterprise applications that run in the client and server environment. They have shared these specifications to the world, and some of the companies like BEA Systems, IBM, Apache Software Foundation, etc. have come forward to develop the containers based on these specifications, and they have developed the containers like BEA WebLogic, IBM WebSphere, Tomcat and JBoss. These are the containers that support the enterprise applications. Now, It is important to understand the difference between the container and the component. A container is something that gives the support for secured communication over the network, whereas the component is the application code that runs the business logic like inventory management or supply chain management in the client and server environment. So if you see here, the container gives features like networking, efficient multi-threading, connection pooling, clustering, security, high performance and high availability. The component inside the container uses these network infrastructure code to execute its business logic when the client requests. So to say, the container and component relationship is like fish and a fish tank. Here the component is like a fish and the container is like a fish tank. Without the container, the component will not be able to cater to the client requests. In the part 2 of this video, I'll explain about the evolution of the application architectures and how every component of J2E will help building an enterprise application. Stay back and watch part 2 of the J2E introduction.